Hi, Bill here again with some additional feedback. We've recently done quite a few events that call for searching by time and location, so I wanted to set up a sample um, event of that type to make sure that I know how to do it, and I quickly found out that I don't know how to do it. I know we've discussed it once before, but I don't know if changes that have been made since then have made it so it has to be loaded differently, or perhaps I've forgotten, but maybe you can help me out here. Um, Let me go to the back end, and I created this gallery, Foxy Fall Century 2. Um, and then I set up the logos, which worked fine. The text box caused me a little bit of grief because, as you see, this is kind of how I wanted the text to display, where it says search all images by time and location, and then on the second line, separated by a space, or the third line, if you would. It says all images, digital images are free, courtesy of the Davis Bike Club. But the way that it displays, if you go to the category, I can't even show you how it displays because I can't get there. The way that it displays on a different one that I just did the same thing. Is it pushes everything together. Even if I put spaces in here, it squishes it all together. Um, so I have no latitude to really use punctuation or spacing to emphasize different messages. So what I'd like to do is have this whole area um, from the top to the bottom that I can put in 3 or 4 lines and be able to have it left justified, and if I put in a space or a separation of a line, that it would show the way that I entered it. Like I say, currently it smushes it all together, so you can't emphasize any language here. All right, let me go back. Um, so on this particular Foxy Fall Century 2, I went in and I created a gallery, a gallery, or an album, whatever you want to call it. I created an album. Then I created a sub-album. Then inside each of the sub-albums, I put in more sub-albums. And then for each one of them, I imported a handful of images to see how it displayed. So then you go to the downhill. Again, a handful of images. So thinking that this was the proper way to set it up, then I went in and I enabled the event, released it. But when you go to the event, we know that the bib search and the last name search aren't going to work because there's no data list and there's no numbers that the writers can reference. So the only way that they can do it is to search by time and location. And I was hoping that the sub-galleries would show up as lost and found categories. But as you can see, nothing shows up. So the way that I've set it up, there's no mechanism for me or for the writers to view their images. Testing it a different way, I set up a different one. the same event, and I set it up structurally the same way, except for I keyworded each gallery with the name of the thing. Now, the bad part about doing it this way is now I have to pay somebody to enter that data 13,000 times, which we had about 13,000 images for the actual event. So that's kind of cost prohibitive, or it's certainly expensive for us to try to operate that way. So what I wanted was to be able to enter it the way that I did, with the galleries and the sub galleries and all that, and have the sub galleries, all these items show up as a searchable field. Can you look at that and let me know if I'm doing it wrong, or if it's not functioning the way that I was hoping? Or anyway, just get back to me and let me know if you would. I appreciate it. Thank you.